If it were up to the government, Blackwater would have never been in the news. After the war started in 2003, I really started to wonder about this buildup of this shadow force of men who were being sent there who were not military. And the more questions I started asking, nobody knew anything. So that's when I really knew we had a great story. When I would walk through the halls of the Pentagon, I would get people in the military who were absolutely opposed to this company.
They're not trying to make any trouble. They just want to come home alive and get their protectees home alive.
Erik Prince has managed to take something that was little more than an idea and turn it into a company that was making much more than $1 billion in government contracts. It was something we have never seen before, and it ballooned into an industry. And then all of a sudden, when things started to go wrong, everything he had built in that short period of time went away even faster than how quickly he built it up.
In Fallujah, sources telling CNN it appeared there were at least 4 victims who were killed.
When I sat down and talked to him about Fallujah, he wasn't going to tell me anything beyond what he would say in his statement. We started talking about what it's like to lose a man on your watch. And that's when I think the walls started to come down a little bit.
Iraq's government says Blackwater fired first.
Blackwater. They got out and kept on firing. The street turned into the street of the dead.
And we traveled to Afghanistan in the course of me writing the book. And one of the things that he realized on that trip was that the name Blackwater, because of the shooting in Mstr Square in Baghdad, had become almost radioactive. That was the word that he used to describe his own company. When he got called before Congress to testify, the people I talked to after had very strong feelings. Some of them saw him as an incredible patriot who had served his country. Others saw him as a war profiteer who would do and say anything to earn a buck. I think there are a lot of interesting stories within Mstr of War. There's the interesting personal story of Erik Prince. There's a fascinating military lesson about what this country learned when they tried to go to war with not enough people in the military. There's an incredible business story here, not only about success, about what happens when it's not handled correctly. I approached him and said, I want to write a book. I'm going to write it with or without you. I think it would be in your interest to cooperate with me and allow me to interview you, and I promise you I will be fair. The access was absolutely incredible. Erik Prince as a person has led a fascinating life that I think many of us would be drawn to. He has a drive that is almost unmatched in many of the people I've met during my career.
Mistakes can be made. There's been accidental deaths that Blackwater's been involved with. This is war. We don't get to choose when we get attacked.
Blackwater is the poster child of the industry. Blackwater is the sign of what happens when something goes wrong.